Today we are going to go over some of the craziest basketball stories you have never heard.
Bruh.
The first basketball story you may not know about is that 50 Cent's son is an absolute bucket. Marquise Jackson looks so much like 50, they call him 25 Cent. As a senior in high school, he averaged 19 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. He played against nationally ranked teams in high school and never backed down. He once dropped 20 points on the #1 ranked team in America, Brewster Academy. They still lost the game, but it wasn't his fault. He chose to call it quits after high school, and now he's an actor and musician. 6'9" Liz Cambage is one of a kind. She was really out there dominating the boys. They just didn't have an answer. She was clowning them boys. Imagine going to the next hoop session with all your guys, and they have already seen this video, and you gotta just sit there and act like nothing happened. But I bet you good money I wouldn't have a chance either. The WNBA All-Star still holds the record for most points in the WNBA with 53. Minnesota Timberwolves superstar Anthony Edwards might have been able to go to the NFL. He says he was the #1 running back in the country at 9 or 10 years old, but started playing basketball because it looked more fun. As you can see from the highlights, it's not much Ant-Man can't do. He was a top-ranked running back, but when he played quarterback, he looked like MVP form Lamar Jackson rocking that number 8. And I'm no yardage expert, but he might have thrown a 60-yard bomb here.
Put that bitch out there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh my God!
And he has a back shoulder throw in his bag as well.
That back shoulder, Zach. Oh, that's him. Jamal. Is that back shoulder?
Y'all say back shoulder right.
Hey, was that not back shoulder?
He even said, once I win one with the T-Wolves, I'm gonna go play in the NFL.
Don't I look like something? What y'all think? I got a profession in this shit or what?
So y'all know Ja Morant has been terrorizing the league the last few years, and obviously at Murray State. But what you might not have known is that he couldn't dunk until he was a senior in high school. He said before his senior year, he'd probably get down maybe one dunk in every 25 tries. He didn't get an in-game dunk until his senior year, and that was a rim grazer. He continued to do resistance training and parachute drills. The rest is history. Moral of the story is, have faith, non-dunkers. You'll get there one day. I'm not sure if you have come across this story yet, but it is absolutely insane. Chance Kamanche and his girlfriend Sakari Harnden conspired to take another person's life. Chance Kamanche confessed to strangling the victim Mariana Rogers with an HDMI cord. Kamanche briefly played for the Sacramento Kings, but was playing for the Stockton Kings at the time of the murder. The team was in Las Vegas for a game the night of December 5th, and the court filing alleged that he and Harnden planned the killing days earlier through numerous text messages, some including emojis of a gun, a ghost, and a coffin. Per the LA Times, after the incident, Kamanche and Harnden placed Rogers' body in a ditch and covered it with rocks. The next morning, Kamanche boarded the team bus, headed for the airport. On December 15th, Kamanche told the detectives where Rogers' body was located. This whole story is crazy. Prayers for the families involved. Do you guys remember how crazy the hype was when Michael Jordan's kids were hooping? Jeff and Marcus Jordan played for the #1 ranked team in Illinois back in 2007. Jordan's oldest son, Jeff, went on to play at Illinois and averaged 1.2 points per game. At 6'1", he didn't have the height of MJ, but he could definitely shoot. MJ's youngest son, Marcus, won a state title with Whitney Young, and he was super clutch with 19 second-half points in the ship. He even iced the game with free throws at the end. MJ was loving it. Marcus went on to UCF, where he was an instant impact freshman. His sophomore year, he averaged an impressive 15.2 points per game and 3.3 assists. But could you imagine the pressures of being Michael Jordan's son? Jordan also had a nephew that could play. And you can tell Justin Jordan has Jordan's DNA with that patented pull-up jumper. He gets some elevation on his shot like MJ too. One time, the 6-time champion came through to support, and Justin didn't hesitate to put on a show. We even saw the signature fist pump. Do y'all remember this kid? He was the guy that collapsed during court when he heard his verdict. I'm sure y'all remember the bruh meme. A lot of people don't know, but this guy was Tony Farmer, a 4-star recruit out of Ohio. At 17, Farmer was charged with domestic abuse and kidnapping after he was caught on video. He spent 3 years in prison, but as soon as he got out, he was balling for Lee College. In his sophomore season, he averaged 17 points and 9.5 rebounds per game. Farmer has made a name for himself overseas and is averaging 26 points, 9 rebounds, and over 4 assists per game in Saudi Arabia. I'm glad he got a second chance. So I'm sure y'all have heard of Wisconsin legends Tyrese Halliburton, the one that's averaging 25 and 13 assists for the Pacers, and Tyler Hero, who just won 6th Man of the Year for the Miami Heat. But did y'all know they weren't even named Mr. Wisconsin? A kid by the name of Jordan McCabe nabbed the NBA stars. McCabe averaged 26.7 points and 7.8 assists for Kakana. Don't get me wrong, Jordan McCabe was no slouch. He ended up going D1 and played for West Virginia and UNLV. This next story involves another Wisconsin native named Jordan Poole, who is an NBA champion now. But back in 2016, him and an Iowa legend named Tyreek LaCour went back and forth at the Courtside camp. Poole probably thought it was going to be a walk in the park, considering he was a top 50 kid in the country. Not to mention, we unfairly teamed him up with UCLA commit Tiger Campbell. But that didn't scare Tyreek and Jal Bajik off. Jal was a 6'7" forward committed to North Dakota, and he lived above the rim. Tyreek and company pulled away early and never took their foot off of the pedal. John Bowl is a legit cheat code out there. Standing at 7'2", his ceiling is crazy. He said last year he gets his height from his great-grandfather. A lot of people don't know, but his great-grandfather was 8'1". There aren't any pictures, but I had to give you an idea how tall 8'1" is. Alright, nah, I'm just playing. That's 8'11", but 8'1" is still mad tall. John Bowl is currently the 5th ranked center in the country. You see Adam Sandler hooping everywhere. You may walk into an LA Fitness in your hometown and Happy Gilmore will be right there. He's worth $400 million and counting, but still refuses to upgrade his wardrobe from 2002. But you gotta respect the hooper in him. He dishes passes all over the place. Before Caitlin Clark was the biggest star in women's basketball, she was putting up numbers in high school at Dowling Catholic in Des Moines, Iowa. This crowd was heckling her all game, calling her overrated. In typical Caitlin Clark fashion, she proves them wrong. She ended up dropping 42 points and left the crowd speechless. Girls basketball is continuing to evolve. Duke commit Toby Fornier has a chance to be the best female dunker of this generation. Toby has been dunking since she was 14 years old. But the 6'2" Canadian can do more than just dunk. She's also one of the most elite shot blockers in the class. Be on the lookout for Toby. The story of Nico Manion's basketball career is insane. We covered Nico a ton when he played for West Coast Elite's Under Armour team. He was the 9th ranked player in ESPN's 2019 rankings. He committed to Arizona. After a great freshman season there, he was drafted to the Warriors. Draymond Green told Nico, "Go make your money and go where you're going to play." Warriors gave Nico the go-ahead to sign a 2-year contract in Italy. Right after he arrived, he was diagnosed with a severe intestinal infection and lost almost 40 pounds. But that couldn't hold Manion down for long. He's back, and he is still the man in Italy, averaging 25 points and 4.3 assists. Don't be surprised if he makes a comeback to the NBA. Appreciate y'all for watching. Please like and subscribe so we can keep this thing rolling.